What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail. Which jobs will become obsolete? So there's an article. I saw it on Google and trending about the top 10 jobs that have become obsolete. I can't name them all, but I know it was doctor, banker, or cashier, excuse me. I'm sorry. Delivery person, doctor. Man, it was a few. Shoot, it was a few. I don't think teacher. It's something else like real estate agent. So anyway, we've been talking about automation for years, and part of talking about automation is this idea that certain things people are just gonna not need people for. I can see this going to stuff like car salesmen. Just real estate, you can quote unquote buy it online, but I think real estate, and cars, it's kind of dependent on the reputation of the company. And what I mean by that is, even with real estate, right? Somebody can show you a home. They can show you how good it looks. Their job is to make it look as good as possible. But they're not going to show you the little nooks and crannies that you might go, I don't know if I could deal with that. I don't know. They might not show you the cracks, on the side of the house or in the ceiling or something like that, or little small spots that probably need to be fixed. They're not going to show you stuff like that. Same thing with the cars. They're not going to tell you, this little small thing is probably worn out or it's about to be worn out. But the cars, it runs just fine now, but say about in 3 months from now, this is going to be an issue, right? That part doesn't happen. So I think you're going to need a little bit of a human touch on stuff like that. Doctor, I just don't see it. I mean, I know they've made these machines that can do the surgeries and whatnot. And that's been going on for a few years. They're very precise and this, that, and the third. And it's like, but you're still going to have that conversation, that interaction with the doctor in the first place. Now, if y'all don't know, Obsolete is a YouTube original series. It's like an anime about exosuits. Basically, robots, kind of like iRobot in a sense, or the Matrix, where the robots can take over, and you don't really need the humans for labor. And there's like the robot that they have that they use as soldiers, that actually runs around, aims, shoots, blah, blah, blah. So I think soldiers are becoming a group that are going to be obsolete, using, drones, those robot soldiers, because they're more quote unquote effective, efficient. And those little robot dogs also, which might spill into policing, which might get interesting, by the way, because, it's all built on programming. So these robots are only going to do what they're programmed to do, for the most part. Artificial intelligence, they may, have updates, this, that, and the third, to deduce certain situations. But in general, it's their programming. So the bias that we have before these robots are programmed are going to formulate through these robots and show you how people have been acting regardless. And it's going to get interesting because you're going to have one side programming robots for one thing and another side programming robots for another thing. So guess what? Who's necessarily the bad guy, right? But these other occupations, like, uh, I'm concerned about. I'm not really concerned about bankers, but more so investors. Like, because investors, it's all algorithms now. You know, you got the charts are right in front of you. The movement up and down. You know, it goes from a day to a week to um, a day to 5 days to 7 days to a month to 6 months to a year. So you can actually follow the charts up and down yourself. You can see, you know, in years, you know, 5 years, 7 years, depending on which type of sites you're on, you can see, okay, so it drops around this month and it rises around this month. You can see where you should buy in and sell on a regular basis. So do you actually need somebody, an investor, to help you? I'm not too sure about that. So to me, I think they said teacher too on that list, but I don't see that happening because of the pandemic, how a lot of the kids didn't do well in school. I think you need that interaction. So I think that's a profession that's pretty locked in. Delivery is kind of hit and miss, because if you don't need people to deliver your packages or mail, they're gonna do it with drones. Somebody's got to fly the drones, and how many drones you got? You know what I'm saying? Like basically the same person that's delivering it is gonna drone it over there. That might not. People might think it sounds efficient, but I don't think so, because the drones are gonna still have to be in the same area. But we shall see. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch you on the next one. Peace.